Welcome, PBA LVC League Bowlers. I'm Neil Stremmel, your Director of Rules and Equipment for the PBA, and today I'm joined by Chris and Ryan Barnes. Chris, thank you for being here. Ryan, I appreciate you being here. Congratulations on your exempt status for next year. Okay. Very excited about that. Dad, how proud are you about all that?
Yeah, super excited. At least we still have one exempt bowler in the house. So,
Well, as a multi-PBA champion touring pro, like you will be able to go pretty much whenever and wherever you want to go. So that's a good situation.
Yeah, I'm still in the events, not officially exempt, but exempt. So it's good. I'm really looking forward to a first season with him out there, and we'll see how it goes. I'd like to. I don't want to finish behind him in every event, but on the flip side, I guess if he does, hopefully that means he's bowled well.
Yeah,
so
that go both ways, I guess. Yeah. All right. So thank you for joining me here today. You know, having both of you and your different styles, I wanted to have a look at, maybe you guys have the same bowling ball drilled however you want to have it drilled for yourself, but same ball, show the versatility of that ball and how a different drilling can actually, you know, help you no matter how you throw it, whether it's two-handed, one-handed, high rev, medium rev, and go from there.
Yeah, we both happen to have a Sublime Focus 900 global ball, so it's pretty new. I have a couple of them. He has one of them, and happy to talk about the differences between one-handed and two-handed drilling. We actually bounce ideas off of each other and have kind of learned when things work for him and where I have to move them, and vice versa to really kind of make that. We're shortening our own learning curve too with these balls at the very beginning.
All right, yeah, that sounds good. And so let's get warmed up, and we'll take a look, and we can talk about what differences we're seeing.
Sounds good.
All right, I think that'll be great for the league bowlers out there. Thank you. Let's get to it. All right, guys. So we've been getting warmed up, and we got a couple of balls. Each have one. So we'll throw some shots, and maybe Ryan, as you bowl, Chris, you can commentate as if you were on TV, but then you get to do the same when he's throwing, so you can
commentate the one-hander. No,
yeah, exactly. All right, so Ryan, why don't you go ahead and grab your ball. Chris, tell me a little bit about that.
But this is a 5-inch pin for him, and it would be considered a tall 5-inch pin. So 5 by 3.5, and then in the 2LS system it's by 4. If you were to convert it to regular SLS, I guess that would be one. It'd be about a 1-inch pin buffer, is all. So it's a pretty tall and high pin. And it's out of the box. It's probably been refreshed since then with 1,000, right?
2,000.
2,000, which is a fair. Yeah, you can keep going.
Another one.
And so I have one. Mine I've actually put a little bit of polish on. I have a 5 by 5 by 2, which is also a pretty tall pin. And you would think, well, his rev rate's 100 higher than mine. He would be the one with shine, and I would be the one with more surface. But because his ball speed to rev rate ratio, his speed is also very high in his ability to clear that front part of the lane. He's able to use a little more surface than I am a lot of times. And so I'm using some polish to try and create length and use that for it.
Yeah, so I see that. So to try to say that kind of a different way, you want to match your speed and rev rate, and there's charts and graphs for all that stuff. But basically, you've learned that, hey, my speed is a little higher than my rev rate combination, and so with a little more surface, because of my speed, I can still get it down there, and because you still have a high rev rate,
it still sees the mid lane
good.
with a little bit of surface on it.
Yeah, and then that allows you to be a little more polished, and so you probably, you're matched up, better speed to rev rate, but you still play a little further right from there.
Yeah, the whole point of equipment is basically to help match what you don't do as well. He's more like Tommy in the fact that even though his rev rate's higher, he has more issues is actually getting his ball to pick up in the mid lane, so he can throw it as hard as he wants to that break point, and he would rather be aggressive and be,
comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, you just want to be in a situation where he's an athlete, so he wants to be aggressive on the lanes. My aggressive comes out as I can make the ball pick up, even though my rev rate's not as high. So I want balls that push down the lane, and then I can make them pick up.
Well said. Gotcha. All right, let's see. So yours a little shinier. Let's see what that looks like going down.
You see, these two balls are not, I mean, that's a pretty tall pin. This is relatively, it's a tall pin for me, tall pin for him.
So you've seen your dad bowl a little bit.
A little bit, just a couple of times. Nothing weird there.
Both left the same pin on the first shot.
The tighter lane 3, the LBC.
Yep. So we are bowling on the PBA LBC pattern. It's about 5-to-1 ratio, close to a house shot, but definitely not a typical house shot. But nothing like you guys bowl on tour. So a little deeper for him. Ouch! Glad that didn't happen on TV. Classic 8-pin.
Nothing new there.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, that look. I mean, the ball motion. Essentially looks the same, and you've laid out your balls a little different, but similar. But then you went with different surfaces to kind of get that picture that you want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of it is how much oil is there in the front to back. So for me to hook it and be in the right zone, as most of the tour players these days, I have to throw it slower. My rev rate's 100 behind. To throw it slower, you have to fight through more friction in the front of the lane. So I need that polish to get through the front of the lane first. Then I have to do the rest.
All right, that makes sense. So if we were gonna get back to helping our league bowlers out there, basically, wherever they are in their speed and rev rate combination, talk with your pro shop operator, like, hey, you're high here or you're low here, you need to polish, you need surface, and basically work on that as part of your game plan.
Yeah, I mean, one of the biggest differences between one-handed and two-handed is this is a tall pin for me, this is a low pin for me. Now, two-handers, they track so much differently. This is a tall pin for him.
It's like a low pin for two-handers, yeah.
But a low pin for two-handers is still above the fingers. Because you remember, that's center of the grip. So it's actually essentially the equivalent of being right there.
Yeah, gotcha.
Which is almost what the old Rico, that pin in the palm drilling was. So.
All right, yeah. Good way to look at it, different way to look at it, good comparison. I hope the league bowlers out there kind of grasp some of that knowledge. If you're one-handed or two-handed, or if you're bowling with your buddy and you have that situation, one's one-handed and one of you is two-handed, this is a way for you guys to work together and understand your equipment, make decisions that'll help your team out. And I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you out there, and I hope you continue to support our sport. Thank you very much.